I'm Yolanda, aka Creative Mommy of Two, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a whip and chat. So grab out whatever it is for you, your work in progress, aka whip. And yeah, let's have a ramble, shall we? First off, how are you all doing? It has been about a month since I did the last video. And yeah, I thought it would, well, at least a whip and chat video. I have done other videos in the meantime, but yeah, I thought it's now time to do a new whip and chat. So the few people of you that watch the videos do have some updates on how everything is going over here. So as you can see, if you've seen the last couple of whip and chats, I have been doing a new one. I have not finished the other one. Well, I think actually only the last one I did with that canvas and maybe one a couple of months ago. But I decided that I wanted to work on a different kit today, since the other one is kind of annoying with filming because it is also pre-framed, but it's a bit bigger than this one is. So I decided to just, basically kit up while I'm working on this one. And I also wanted to film this one completely so that I can make a time lapse out of it for next week or the week after or something, depending on how fast I am with this one. I hope that the next whip and chat or the one after that will be a kit up and chat again. But I'm still working on the Mont Saint Michel diamond painting, but it is really, really, really big. It's 120 by 80, so yeah, it's taking me quite some time. I'm a little over halfway now. Actually, in the section after the halfway point. So yeah, it's taken me quite a long time. Hopefully I have it finished in the next month or so. But yeah, it's a big one. I am planning on filming a video on how do I work on a kit that size, because it's not even a normally big size anymore, because it's huge. But yeah, I do keep forgetting to film it. So probably you will see it almost completed by the time I think of filming a how-to on it. But yeah, let me know if you're interested, so I make sure that I will be doing something like it. If not, it will just have the finished video if I'm not even still working on it. But yeah, I think you still get the idea even if the video is with a completed canvas, because I'm not filming me actually working on it. I'm only filming my setup, since it is one of the canvases that is time-lapsed. I don't want to need to cut parts out or whatever, all because I'm moving things around, and because that's a whole lot of something. It's actually quite a lot of work if I do need to cut out pieces to use and then not to use, and hope that everything keeps somewhat in the same order and everything. That's more work than it pays out for me. Well, pays out, that it's okay for me. It's not that I don't want to make work for videos, but that's just a little bit too much. And also it's just going about how to work on a big kit. I don't think that if I don't even place a single drill, it's that big of a deal. But yeah, let me know. Whoop. Hope this one will stay a little bit like it should. I also hope my lighting will be okay, just as the focusing, because I now think that I haven't set the focus in this video. So I'm going to do that after I place these two drills. So that should be better. Hopefully it is not staying focused / unfocused, as that sometimes happens as well. I had that yesterday. Hi. I have a not sticking drill. That was stupid. The next drill just won it. Oh well. But yeah, as I said, like I hope that like by next WIP and Chat or the one after, depends on if I'm planning on doing one over 2 weeks. But I hope like at least one of the next WIP and Chats will be a Kit Up and Chat, because you all seem to enjoy Kit Up and Chats more than regular WIP and Chats. Even though, as I said, like the couple of last videos, like WIP and Chats are not doing well anymore on the channel. I think like the last WIP and Chat was watched like 17 times and maybe 2 hours in total. So yeah, that's the thing you don't see. Like sometimes videos have like really a big amount of views, but like hardly any watch time. So yeah, it's not the best. But yeah, that's a thing. As like a viewer, you don't see the watch time, so you can't see like how well the video actually does, because you can't see like how many people click away after 1 second. And sadly, a lot of people do that to my WIP and Chats. So yeah, I understand my accent and my way of speaking is not for everybody, but still, if you're a creator, you know that like you want to do well. You want people to like your videos. So yeah. So that's also like why I am doing not as much WIP and Chats as I did before, because I feel like I'm a bit doing it for like 2 people or something. So I'm like, yeah, sorry for those 2 people that actually watch. Maybe a bit more, but you get what I mean. But yeah, sorry for the few people that actually watch, but it feels a bit like I'm talking to myself and nobody listens. So yeah. I am also quickly going to put like my laundry machine into the centrifuge mode. So I am back in a few seconds. Hold on. Okay, and I'm back. Thank goodness I can pause a video. So let's see. Okay, I need to hold it here, because I need to have a little bit over here on the top. Yeah, so over the canvas that I am working on, this is one of my pre-framed diamond paintings from Action that has like a glitter background. I believe I have finished one before. I think like last year. I think. I'm entirely sure. I do believe so, because I do think I had 4 of them. 3 of them I have now. This is now the second, so. But yeah, I have this one that I'm working on. This also has some special drills, so the like bigger shapes, the oval ones and stuff that you can see are actually special drills. The pink of the canvas is actually a glitter coating, so it also doesn't stick, so that's easy for me to place my fingers on to like hold my hands steady when I'm placing drills like this. So yeah, I do need to say I really like the fact that they did this instead of keeping it a somewhat plain canvas or like pre-print, like with a print or something. I think it has something. It's really cute. Yeah, don't know if I asked you, but how are you all doing? What are you working on? Did you finish some nice finishes in the last couple of weeks since we last spoke? I actually have also started doing some jigsaw puzzles again. Wasn't in the planning, but we ended up doing it anyway. Last Friday, I went with my son to our city center, and I saw a really cute, really fun pusheen puzzle It had 500 pieces. So I was like, it's nice for them to try. I also got a Transformers one for him because he likes Transformers. And yeah, that one was just 200 pieces. So I know that the kids both can do it. The Pusheen one, we laid it out on the table, I think, Saturday. And we started like having the kids start it, but it ended up being my husband and me who finished it. We were like, it's not that hard, you can do it. But in the end, like, there were too many pieces that actually looked alike. So we ended up doing it ourselves. But we actually enjoyed it. So we were like, we actually do need to do this more often. Because before we had the kids, we many times put like a 1,000-piece puzzle like on the table where I'm actually sitting at right now, my dining room table. And just every now and then, like, place a few pieces, and then whatever, couple of days later did another bit. And yeah, that was really fun. But yeah, we don't have a table right now that we can use as like a extra table just to have a puzzle on that we can just let sit until we continue with it again. So we're like, maybe then these like 500 part puzzle piece puzzle blah 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 works. These 500 pieces puzzles might be a good alternative, because that's something we can finish with the two of us like in a day without it being too big. So yeah, potentially we're going to get some extra puzzles for ourselves. But yeah, kids are doing well lately. They have been really annoying a couple of weeks ago. Like, they had, like, last time we spoke was right before Carnival. And yeah, there was, especially for our son, it was way too much. It was too busy, too much of everything. It didn't help that he also became sick, like, right at Carnival weekend. So we went to the kids parade this year. He was upfront, he was like not feeling too great. He was saying, so we were like, you know what, we're just gonna go. If you really feel bad, then husbands, aka dad, can go back home with you, and I'll walk back with your sister, because it's like a somewhat walking distance. It's not too bad. I've walked it multiple times before, so it's not undoable. Might be that the kids don't like it too terribly much, but yeah. Also happening that, like, the group that groups that we came for were pretty close to the end. But yeah, by the end he was like totally out of it, not having it. So husband went back to the car with him. It was just a few more minutes of waiting and then we're done. So he's like, okay, I'm going to go to the car. We'll just wait for like 15 minutes, half an hour max. Make sure that he warms up again, because he was cold. It was really, it didn't feel that bad when we just got out of into the car. Well, before we got into the car. But as soon as we came out, it was like, ooh, it's more chilly than I thought it would be. So we also got him a new pair of gloves before we actually went to watch. Because he also needed to have some things in the city center. So we're like, you know what, we're just going to get him some extra gloves. They are never bad to have in the house. So we can just use them. I'm quickly going to see what the lighting does, as I thought. Be right back. Give me a minute. That's the downside of filming during the day. The lighting will switch. So depending on how the lighting for this video will go, I might not use it as a time lapse. Because yeah, it has been good weather for a couple of days, but now it's like a little bit all over the place again. Your typical Dutch weather. If you have seen my 2 temperature project time-lapse glasses, you can probably have been able to see that, like, it's a bit all over the place. I actually needed to place the first drills in orange, which means it was 20 degrees Celsius. The yellows are like between 10 and 20, and the greens are like from 0 to 20 to 10. So yeah, I've had a bit of everything, and I am pretty sure there will be some orange in March, there will be some yellow in March, and for the rest, it's all up to, yeah, whatever. Because it's a bit all over the place, but that's Dutch weather for you. But yeah, as I was saying, like, our son wasn't feeling the greatest. But yeah, he ended up being sick at the evening, so we're like, ugh. He was also saying afterwards that he was like throwing up before we went, but he didn't tell us. So we're like, oh, you little idiot. If you would have told us, we wouldn't have taken you outside. Because that we wouldn't have risked. But yeah, he didn't tell us anything. So yeah, we were just talking, like, was a little bit under the weather. Because yeah, it is really going around at school and everything. His teacher was saying that with like the parent teacher conference that like they had it so bad that some days there were like 10 kids of his class sick, and they are like with 26. So yeah, that's a small class then. Oh, which color is it? E. Okay, this is okay. But yeah, so that was something. But yeah, he basically for like half the vacation, because they have a week off with Carnival, like I think up until Wednesday, maybe even Thursday, he like at least once a day he was napping on the couch or in his bed or whatever he felt like. So that means that he isn't feeling the greatest, because many times, even if his temperature is like way up, he is still bouncing around the place and being his crazy self. Our daughter also, like somewhere in the week, had a couple of days that she wasn't feeling the greatest. So yeah, we got lucky that she already has her like extra like liquid food, diet food kind of stuff, like drink thingy before she got sick, because we were like, otherwise she probably would have needed a hospital for like extra foods and stuff, because yeah, she has been tough with food lately again. And she is like way too tiny, she's way too small, but if she has in her head that she doesn't want to eat something, you can do whatever you please, you can't let her eat. So that's all struggle. We now have like from the dietitian, we have these extra drinks that she can drink. That's basically like a whole meal in a bottle, so that she gets hopefully some extra reserves back, because she probably has like, she eats enough for what she uses, but like nothing extra. So she has like no reserves in like fat or anything. So yeah. So that's been a struggle. Thankfully, she really likes those drinks. At least the chocolate caramel and the strawberry. Because we now are able to like order it ourselves. But yeah, it's all something. We also finally got like our psychodiagnostic, like the research, the tests and all back from our son. We are going to need to go to, I don't know what's called in English, but we call it here ergotherapy. We actually have the intake this afternoon to see like if they can figure out something like what is like how to best pronounce, well, best say this. He is really quickly like also like distracted, but also like he's really sensitive, and we want to figure out where his sensitivities are coming from, because it might be that he has ADHD, for example, and just can't regulate it, also might be just him. But we noticed that that's really like the last year or something. He can't handle like busyness of like any sort. So that's no fun. So today we are going to see if she can find out anything about it. Like, is there more of a reason, or is it something that's just him? Many times apparently they can see some stuff in that or whatever. So we can like again for the millionth time tell like the entire story of like how he was, what's all that's bothering him, and why. Yeah, it's sometimes a struggle because yeah, we have 2 kids, so it's not that we can avoid everything for his sake, so that's not busy, because our daughter sometimes likes to go to the places where it is busy. So yeah, that doesn't make it a lot easier, because yeah, we still need to do stuff with the other kids. Sometimes we can like divide and conquer, or my husband gets like our son and I get our daughter, or the other way around, whatever, it works. But sometimes that's just not possible, and it's sometimes really annoying. So yeah, oh well, we'll get through it eventually. But yeah, if you have kids, especially kids with special needs, you probably know what I mean. That like sometimes you want to avoid certain things, but you can't, just because yeah, you don't want to have the other kids struggle as well, because you can't do anything or whatever. So yeah, that's something. But yeah, we had also his parent teacher conference. He is doing like, well, talks, I can better say. He is doing really well in school. He has no patience. He, as soon as there is a question asked, he like pops up and answers, instead of like puts his finger up and asks. Well, and when the teacher says he can answer, he answers. No, he just pops up and answers. They're also like, hey, that's not what you're supposed to do. So that's a thing that they are learning. Well, that they're training, I can better say. They're trying to teach him to have patience and wait for his turn. He is 5, so he still has like, it's not that it's really a big worry, but at the same time, like, would be nice if he answers when he's supposed to answer and not as soon as there is a question asked. But it doesn't help that he has a high IQ, so he is a smart little cookie. So he many times has the answers for a lot of things. So yeah. He's also been reading a lot lately. We now are going to the library a lot more often. Actually went on Friday with him to the library because the book he ordered came in, because he wanted to have a book of like a YouTube series here in the Netherlands called De Zoete Zusjes, the Sweet Sisters. And both the kids absolutely love it. And I found out recently that they have like the learning books, like the learning to read books, but they are way too easy for him. So yeah, he actually had it finished like the same day. But we have a book that's starting like from group 3. That's what it's called here, like 1st grade, I think it is. Where they learn to like read and stuff all the way to like the end of the school year. So it's like slowly going more difficult. And he is now at the point where he reads like the level of like halfway through the year. So he's about a year ahead, if not even more. But he actually gets reading lessons in school, because yeah, you need to do something for him to keep him entertained. So yeah, it's a whole lot of something, that kid. Oh well. But he is, in general, he's a very happy little guy. He isn't playing too much of a big fuss, like as our daughter is throwing a temper tantrum. He just sits there like, what are you fussing about? And is just being happy as he can be, thankfully. So yeah. Yeah, it's a struggle, but we'll get there eventually. Our daughter is also doing pretty well in school. She most likely, well, she doesn't have as big of a self-esteem as would be nice. So when they tried for her reading, her like little test, like the one she had like end of the school year last year, she had like a few seconds short. So that wasn't too big of an issue, but now she had like a minute short. But the teacher was also saying like as soon as she saw that the teacher was like writing something, excuse me, because yeah, they need to write stuff down, because yeah, how else do you know what all goes on? And she apparently directly like sits up, she keeps looking at the time because she has a certain amount of time for it, and she's really distracted with it. So at this point she is not quite far enough with reading, even though she's not the only one. She is in a little reading group, but also the person that reads with them there also said like when they are reading, she reads somewhat normal, a bit slow, but not extremely or anything. So we're also like, probably she is like scared of like having it wrong. That's why she is going so slow. But at the meantime, it's going so slow that, yeah, she is way behind in timing and everything. So we're basically like, okay, not putting on like the timer. We're going to try to make like it a sneak test and just have her read a story to the teacher. So basically she needs to go first, so she doesn't know that she is doing a test. So like, we're going to try that and see if that actually works or not. But yeah, obviously it's not something that she can keep doing forever, but if she like gets the, when you do it in a sneak way and she can't just do it, you can also work on her self-esteem a bit, because then you know like she can do it. So you can actually say like, okay, let's do this again in a couple of days. We know you can do it. It's no big deal if you make a few mistakes, but you can do it, or something like that. So we're like, maybe try that. Also, when you need to have like, it's another part, like two parts of this like reading test. One is like reading a story, and one is like reading separate words. And like every, well, different level gets like an extra page. She does still get extra words. She is still quicker in the same time, but it's not to the point where it should be. Also, again, because she sees that the teacher writes something down and she's like, hey, I must have had it wrong. And then she keeps trying to see what the teacher wrote down and stuff like that. So like maybe like put in a screen or something so she can't see if you are writing. Just like keep your hand like wherever it should be, and then really slowly write or something, or like work with like hand gestures for like the intern that's in the class or something, like figure something out to do it in a sneaky way. And teacher was like, yeah, we're definitely, that's something we can try, because yeah, that's for them also a way that they can actually better see like if she can actually do it. With like her writing, like writing a little like dictate, she's doing really well. So she does know the words, she also knows how they are written. Obviously she makes mistakes, she's not perfect with it, but that is, she has a good level with her math. She is actually doing really well. She's already half a year ahead, which she also was last year. she's also now, she got like these, what is it, like multiplications? Like this time, 2 times 2 is 4. We call it here tafeltjes. She actually has like a little poster, like all the tables on the toilet, because they had like a toilet poster table thing, and she is now on the toilet, like calling out like the tables, as we call them here. The teacher was also giggling about it. She's like, yeah, every year we hear certain parents say that the kids do that. I'm like, yeah, they both do it. Like, yeah, it's going to be interesting with the other one. She's like, yeah, if he is already like smart enough and he picks up a lot with her. I'm so like, yeah, I'm curious to see what else you are going to need to teach him when he comes in your class. Cause yeah, in 2 years' time, she has him. If she stays in this school and if he just keeps continuing like he does. Because it might also be that he gets lazy and just is not wanting to do anything. But yeah, so far he is really loving school. He loves to learn. He's a little sponge. So we are basically just going to see how everything plays out. But yeah, like in school, they're both doing good. Like our daughter has like her few struggles with like performance anxiety, I can almost say. Our son has his concentration issues, so yeah, they both have something. Let's be honest, every kid has something they're good at and something they're bad at. Math is our daughter's strong suit, and yeah, reading our son's so far, but he is also pretty well with like the little bit of calculation that the kids do at that age. Okay, I do need to do this. Going to also quickly see if my lighting is still okay. Seems like it is so far. With the attic, we're also a lot moving on. Well, not a lot, but we are moving along. Thankfully, we have been working on a bit more this weekend. Last week, we had like an hour's worth of time working on the attic, and then everything went to, well, everything went bad, let us say it like that. Because my husband and the saw were not the best friends that day. The saw slipped and he, yeah, nicked his thumb. Thankfully, it's all healing well. So, yeah, it was a little bit of a mess. Let's call it like that. It was not too terribly serious. It's not that it needs stitches or anything, thankfully. But yeah, it was a bit of a mess. But yeah, it's also one of those places that bleeds quite a lot. I'm not going into more detail because I'm sure not every one of you loves that, but yeah. So yeah, obviously after he got his finger with the saw, he is, well, we didn't do anything for the rest of the day. Thankfully, it was healed enough this weekend that we could do something, so we were going back with that. We did a little bit of like the woodwork of like the plinths, I think is the word. We did a bit of that. We also have sewn a beam for like the top of the room. Like we have one of those like irritating like stupid places. Let's just call it like that. And we need to make a point at it or it's straight. We also need to do the lighting on that. So at least one of the 4, I think in total it will be, is to the right size. Now we need to do the other one, and we also need to buy then the next 2, but we're first wanting to do like one side so we knew like everything would figure out good. And they also didn't have all the blanks that were straight enough to use. So we basically just need to get some new ones. Afterwards, we wanted to take out one of, well, a bush we had at the front door, because that was also getting like way out of control. So we ended up a bit of time on that, because on Monday the container they were going to pick up with like the garden trash and everything. So we made sure that we had that in there, because that had a little bit priority for that day. So we did pretty well on Sunday. We did make sure that everything is like out of there as good as we can. We are now probably letting it rest for a couple of weeks, but we're going to see how everything turns out. Might be that we are going to go to the garden center soon, but that's up for debate. We're not sure yet. We also need to have my dad come by before that, so we can already like put the like threads in the wall, because we want a wall climbing flower contraption thingy on the wall, because the plants we want is a climber, and we wanted one that is not like climbing through the stones like ivy does. So we are wanting to put in, I believe it is a jasmine one, sort of it. So yeah, we do need to put in something that it can climb on. And yeah, my dad has a little like small scaffolding kind of contraption thing, so we can actually like do a little bit already. So we need to do that first and all. So yeah, it's a whole lot of something, but slowly it's going all decently. Husband had his conversation with like the people from like personnel stuff, so he is now like looking around like with to the certain places they pointed him at, like, okay, sometimes these places do have like job openings, that might be something for you. There was nothing at the moment, but yeah, he applied for certain jobs. So probably in like a month or so, we probably know like more if he needs to go back to Den Helder or whatever. There's also a placement that was somewhere else. So yeah, it's a bit of like up for grabs. So we're going to see. We are pretty sure he needs to go back to Den Helder, where that's like the naval base of the Netherlands. So yeah, basically everything is there. I am obviously not going to call out a specific ship or anything, or like specific placements, because yeah, that's private. It's like he is also now at home every evening, but I'm also not going to say to you what specifically he is going to do, because we have some places at also like, also for example, Den Helder also has a few placements for like Army and Air Force and stuff. So it's not specifically that if he is, well, it's not specifically if they are in a certain place that they are, well, for example, like my husband is in Navy, it's not specific like that he is like only able to go to Den Helder. There are a few other placements, obviously there are less of them, like the bulk of it is in Den Helder. But yeah, so at least he now has a placement somewhere else that's closer home, so he is at home every day. But yeah, Den Helder is just a little bit further away. It's like a 3.5 hour drive. So yeah, when he goes back there, it means that he also needs to go there like multiple days in a row. So that will also be something that's interesting. I'm going to look at my lighting again. Okay. yeah, just a little bit more, and then it's also time for me to get lunch. So that's also all a bit like, yeah, I want to keep it like as regular as possible, that I'm not all over the place and my body knows when food is coming, because my stomach is already rumbling like crazy. But yeah, so in general, life is going. It has its up, it has its downs, as per usual, because I guess that's also like for everybody. But yeah, we're now like in the waiting period to see like how everything goes with like the husband, with like where exactly he is going. He has applied for a amount of places, and yeah, we are quite sure one of them will be his, because yeah, there are a lot of like places open for like everything like technical, and he's in the technical field, so most likely it will be again something technical. But yeah, it's now on open for debate, like what exactly and all. So he wants to have a placement that's not like needing him to be away from home for like a number of weeks. But if that's the only thing that's at the moment possible, that's okay as well. They are apparently going to try, that was the person saying that they are trying to see like, okay, we have ships that we want to have sail out. I know they are not actually sailing, but I'm calling it sailing just for the fact that I know that word. But yeah, that they're like, that ship is sailing out, but we actually don't have enough people, because as everywhere has like, there are not enough, there's not enough personnel to keep everything going. So they are basically like putting up an extra database for people that are like, oh, you know what, I would love to go out for like a couple of weeks. Then they can apply, like, even for the people that are already having a placement. But if they are like, especially like for if they are like office jobs and they have like a really slow period, but the place that they have can function with like a person less, and that person then can go sail with a ship for like 2 weeks, then they have like best of both worlds, because they don't have people that are like sitting there twiddling their thumbs, but they also have like the ship at full capacity to actually go. So maybe he will also be doing that he can like have like 1 or 2 weeks off, because obviously there's also like a little bit of an extra monetary compensation with that, so that's also always good. Obviously that's not the only reason that we would do that, but it's also like trying, especially before he goes like back to like a sailing position, that would be a nice trial and error to see like how the kids would handle it and everything. But yeah, it's now at a point like wait and see, and we're going to see whatever it all is going to do, because yeah, that's basically open for debate. Nobody knows. But yeah, it's also the question like if the higher ups are okay with something like that. But we're going to wait and see. For the rest, yeah, what all did we do? Yeah, we had carnival, kids at carnival at school. Our son, as per usual, was not having it because it's too busy for him. He didn't want to. I was helping out at the school for a bit, so in the morning he was with me. Ended up, I was like, I'm at school and still I'm taking care of my own kid. Obviously, I get why, but it was a bit annoying. But yeah, I was helping out. I was doing lunch with some other parents and a few grandparents actually. I think one or two. But yeah, it was fun. It wasn't too big of a deal that our son was there, because He was just coloring there. It was more of a thing that he colors so fast that we needed to pick out new coloring pages every now and then. But yeah, other than that, he did well. Did like parts of like the carnival that was just in the class he did. He joined, he had fun. So all in all, it was good. They had like Wheels Day yesterday. Our daughter had that with her class last Thursday. That he can take like a step or skiers or what is it like step a scooter or something. Like those two wheeled contraptions that you put you stand on with one foot and like go on. Not a skateboard, but basically a skateboard with a stick to hold. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, if you don't know by now, I'm not a native English speaker. I'm Dutch, so I'm thinking in English many times, well, thinking in Dutch, needing to translate it in my mind in English, tell it in English, and still have like half the time speak like words of Dutch in between. So if you want to learn Dutch, that's a good way to listen to me. Because many times I am calling out Dutch words. I'm like, I don't know the English word, but this is it in Dutch. It's something like this. But yeah, I have been filming a couple of videos again ahead of time. So I'm like working on that. I have some ideas brewing, but like needing to figure out how I'm going to do it. Also debating on like short time lapses like this one, where it's not like a full big canvas, but like smaller things. Like, am I going to do those on the days that I don't have a WIP and Chat or anything? Or I'm debating on that, so we at least have like a video of going up on Wednesday. I am now having shorts like every Saturday. Like I try every first of the month or maybe second Saturday of the month be a short time-lapse thingy of the temperature project. But yeah, if like the first is meteen, that's what I call out. Meteen is like directly in Dutch. If like the first of the month is also on a Saturday, I am not able to make a video that fast because on a Saturday the kids are at home and I'm not wanting to like try to figure out the video and everything, make it and all with the kids at home because they are most of the times bouncing around. If I really need to do something that like that, it will be like few and far in between and not too terribly often. So I'll try not to do it that much. But yeah, so I'm trying to do that. We'll at least figure it out. As I said, I'm working on the huge canvas from Mont Saint Michel. So yeah, I'm halfway there, and like the first time-lapse parts are already, well, part is already up on the channel. So it feels a bit like I need to kick myself in gear and go. But yeah, I finished the 6th part like 2 days ago, so I do need to edit that pretty quickly so that I can already schedule that. So that's all off my laptop, because my laptop has some storage issues at the moment, just like my phone has. Well, my phone doesn't have storage issues, but like time lapses take up a lot of place in the like memory, because they are like parts of like 2-3 hours a day sometimes. Do need to say my body lately is also like behaving like an idiot. So it's sometimes also that I have just an hour, just like yesterday. Also yesterday my lighting was not working along, so it's like I'm not wanting to have a video like flash lighting constantly, because my camera can't decide like on what light intensity it wants to film, just like it had now a couple of times. Not even sure if it's filming right now. That's okay. yeah, like with like constantly changing light intensity, I'm not wanting that. So I decided to stop filming after about like 15 minutes around that time. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to plump my behind on the couch and just watch Bones. So that, yeah, I don't want to make people feel awful because it's keeping flashing. If it keeps flashing, I also, when my eyes are already acting up because I have eye migraines, if light keeps flashing or keeps like being really too bright or anything, my eyes also start to hurt. And I don't want other people having the same issue. So when I notice that the lighting is off and it keeps being off, I try my best to just quit for the day and pick it up another day. So hopefully I can do a lot more today. But yeah, it's a bit of work to work on it because yeah, it's so big. I'm now like in like the bottom half of the canvas, at least for this part. So that's a little bit easier, but excuse me. But yeah, it's a whole lot of something. Let's see, do I have everything? I think I do. Yeah, our daughter is going to play at a friend's tomorrow, so I can take our son to the dentist. Our daughter also has been to the dentist like a month or so ago, I think a bit after I spoke to you last. She has one cavity, but it was too small for the dentist to even try to close it up, so she was like, just keep brushing really well. So we're going to do that. Oh, and now I see one drill. It's like always, like you can't see it how many times you look, and then as soon as you like placed it away, you can find it. So annoying. There. Yeah, tomorrow it's our son's turn. Our daughter wanted to play with a girl from her class. The mother texted me and was like, can she go then and then? I'm like, yeah, sure, but I do need to take our son to the dentist that day, so if she's able to stay to at least like this time, then it would be fine. Longer is also possible, so she ends up being able to stay like about an hour longer than that I need to take our son to the dentist. So that is nice. And for the rest, yeah, it's slowly but surely getting bit by bit done in the attic. Also trying to do some stuff in the basement because we also have a lot we need to clean out there. I have been doing some baking every now and then, made some ice cream. Do need to like improve it a little bit, but it was good. Also been trying to do my diamond painting every day because it's my therapy. Having a lot of work to do at the school because yeah, there is one person quit because she had an actual paying job. So I now actually have like 2 days as like regular days. Then I have another day that's like my cleaning day because somebody needs to clean there and it's not the cleaning lady that the school has. So I'm doing that, and now somebody had surgery last week, and yeah, they are not able to come because they are in recovery now. So yeah, it's a whole lot of something. Yeah, I'm at school like 4 days this week. But oh well, it pays a few cents an hour, so that's also like nice to have like a few cents extra. All the little bits count. Hopefully by the time that I'm speaking with you next, I am well, are a lot further along with the attic again. Hopefully we get the move on to that quickly. That's the down part of having like 2-3 hours a week to work on it. It's not going as fast as I would like, but also slowly we are getting there. So yeah, I think that's basically like about everything I can think of. So I am going to leave it at this because I'm getting hungry. It's almost lunchtime for me. So yeah, I'm going to leave it at this. I hope you liked the video, even though my WIP and Chats are getting far and few in between. But I hope you liked it. If you did, you know the drill. Like, subscribe, and all the fun YouTube stuff. If there's anything you want to tell me, ask me, just leave a emoji for me to know that you watched the video. You can all do that in the comment section below this video. And as per usual, I hope you will all have a wonderful rest of your day or night. And I hope to see you in a next video. Bye!